Oh, did you see that? Let's go.
This is the Gaming Gospel. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Gaming Gospel. This is our inaugural episode 1, the pilot.
Yeah.
I am here with two great business owners, content creators, entrepreneurs, whatever you want to call them. We have Malcolmlocs here up above me on the left. We have SylightReel up above me here on the right. Gentlemen, welcome.
What up, gang?
What up, Jotato? What's good, my boy? Welcome, man.
Jotato.
Thank you for the warm introduction, man.
Nice
what up,
and
chat?
warm.
What's going on,
Absolutely.
everybody out in Gamerland? What's
What
good,
up?
man? Welcome to
What up?
Gaming Gospel.
Yeah, finally we here.
We made
We
it.
are
man.
here.
It's been a long time coming.
A long
It's-
time coming.
But I
appreciate it.
know.
But I know.
Oh, they're preaching. They're preaching, guys. It's
This
Sunday.
is fire.
Deacon Light. Talk to him, Deacon Light.
Deacon Locks. What do we
talk to
have
him.
for him today?
Awesome.
Nah, but listen up, man. Welcome everybody to Gaming Gospel, man. This is a game cast, a gaming podcast focused on streaming content creation, pop culture, tech, AI, hip hop, whatever we feel like
Whatever
talking
we
about.
feel
but
like
really,
talking about.
you know, as co-founders, owners of a edtech media and esports entertainment company, we felt it was our duty to share our passions and our expertise with the world. And we felt like we needed somebody who was going to wrangle us and keep us straight and keep us focused. And so we have our guy,
Jotato.
Jotatochips,
I made it.
who will be joining us as part of this project. So Jotato, man, thank you for coming on board, and we're excited.
Absolutely. No, I'm super excited to get this project going with you guys, and thank you both for thinking of me when you were like, hey, we need to get this going. We need some help. We need a producer. And I know you guys have the connections out there, but you chose to call me, and I really appreciate that.
Yes, sir.
So today we've got a great show for you guys. First off, these two just went to TwitchCon last week.
TwitchCon.
They are back. We're going to talk all things TwitchCon, what they learned, what they saw while they were gone. A lot of the options as far as careers go for people in the content creation space. We're going to talk some games. The guys are going to hop into Fortnite here in a minute. So we've got a lot going for you. So we're going to jump right into it. So first things first, guys, I know, like we said, TwitchCon, you guys just came back. What are some of the games that you saw while you were there that you are super excited for coming out maybe later this year?
I'll go first because Malcolm's got an experience tied to the game that he's going to feature. But I was me personally, I was really excited about the exhibit hall at TwitchCon, right? So for those of you who have never gone to TwitchCon, literally, if you're familiar with big ass convention centers in major cities, right? They're hundreds of thousands of square feet buildings that have like these big open spaces where, like if you ever seen a car show or like those makeup conventions or even those tech conventions that have like, Intel and other companies bringing booths and hardware and software demos. Well, think of TwitchCon, but think of a playground like that for gamers, tech, streamers, content creators, brands that are tied to gaming, clothing, nutrition brands like energy drinks and candy, and
all that.
just think of a big ass gamers playground, right? Like you go in there and you just are on sensory overload with
a full arcade,
all things gaming, right? Well, me, like, there were two things. One wasn't gaming focused. It was actually tech focused. It was this dope ass swing arm that had like it was a swing arm, a phone holder, a
Oh
mic holder, and
yeah.
everything else.
Yep.
So I was playing around with that because I think I'm gonna go ahead and cop that. But game wise, Arc Raiders caught my eye, right? Like they had an activation booth. Um, and for those of you who don't know what Arc Raiders is a third person extraction shooter, right? And it's scheduled to launch in 4 days on October
Hmm.
30th. And, you can raid missions, you could do extractions, there's progressions, there's team play versus solo. So think, like a kind of a different version of Call of Duty, but like the graphics on this joint
Crazy.
is crazy dumb,
Crazy.
It's
and
so good.
it's kind of like, think of like, remember, what was Stranger Things? Like, it gives that Stranger Things
Old school 80s.
graphics vibe,
Hmm.
80s vibe in terms of the feel of the game, but the gameplay is buttery smooth. The graphics are just ridiculously synchronized and like just like anticipatory. Like, if I feel like I want to go left, I feel like playing that game before I even hit my thumbstick to go left, I'm going left. So it's like it's a mind muscle sync on the game. Like, the weapons are crazy, it's futuristic. Like, if you haven't checked it out, go look at Arc Raiders. So I didn't get to actually play it there, but I was hovering over people's shoulders and my mouth literally dropped. Like, so I came home and I pre-ordered it, and I'm really looking forward to playing Arc Raiders in the next 4 days.
That's
Now,
awesome.
Malcolm, his story is wild, right? Cuz this man, wherever he go, he try to be the life of the party, and I swear to God, yo, he surely was. Go ahead, Malcolm. Tell
So
tell him
my
about your
so
experience.
man, TwitchCon for me. So we went to TwitchCon 2 years ago, and me and Steve, we constantly have been talking about this, and a part of it's been a part of our evolution as co-owners of Futures First Gaming. Like, we went 2 years ago and we didn't have FFG Central. And for the folks, because this is our first podcast, so a lot of y'all probably won't know what FFG Central is. So I'm going to tell you. So FFG Central is our culmination in person, our actual spot where we have gaming computers, we have a podcasting and media space, we have a full lounge with 8 TVs, PlayStations, Nintendo Switches, where we do all types of cool stuff in person. We are building the gaming community in person. So we didn't have that 2 years ago. And we went to TwitchCon. So when we were really trying to have conversations with a lot of different brands that were at TwitchCon, we had conversations, but it wasn't as fulfilling as
Didn't
those
see the
conversations.
vision.
Yeah, they didn't see the vision. And now that we have, you know, got to that particular point in our vision where we actually could show people, hey, this is what we, and I think for real Sidelight, I think that separated us from so many of the thousands of people who were at TwitchCon. That separated us from the thousands of people who were at TwitchCon. So anyway, we were able to
Just
have a different conversation with all of the brands that were there. You
just
know?
put it this way, like, if you are basically a company that is looking for partners to, either have your brand in their space or go into joint money making projects with them, who are you more likely to want to partner with, right? Two young entrepreneurs that come up to you and say, hey, we'd like to do this together, or two individuals that say, hey, we've done this, and you would be best served by working with us because we can get you in front of X people because we're already doing it.
Yep.
So that's kind of what we're saying, is why, like, 2 years ago, we were approaching companies like, hey, we've got a plan and would love for you to be part of that plan. Rather than now, we're approaching companies and like, yo, we've done this. And if you don't get down with the get down, you're gonna get left behind. So
Seriously, seriously. So that layer of conversation was much different. this particular TwitchCon, and that is something that I it was so funny because it was a couple conversations that we were having where I was kind of like having I was started out with the conversation and then Steve just went for the jugular.
Yo, I
That
think the
1-2
roles was
punch.
flipped. Our roles was flipped this time because usually in the past, I would be like, well, blah blah blah, and Malcolm would be like, "What you trying to do?" Right? And now Malcolm's like, "Hey, blah blah blah," and I'm like, "F that, yo!
Yo,
Like,
word. Woo.
how do we make this? How do we make money together? Right? Like, where are you going to sign? Who do I
Yeah,
send a contract to for
word, and it
partnership?"
was work. It worked. It worked every single time.
I
It
love that.
worked. It absolutely worked.
Now,
I was go ahead, Jeff.
I
My
was gonna
bad.
Go ahead,
say
Joe.
no. I was gonna say before we get too deep because I don't want to get all the TwitchCon content out before we get to the end of
Oh
the
yeah, no,
show.
no, no. Yep,
Let's
yep,
let's
yep.
get back to that game, Malcolm. What's this game where we should all be
See,
excited for?
see,
Oh
told y'all,
man,
Joe
so
Cato gonna keep us on point.
listen. So I had a chance to play a MOBA called Spellcasters. So much fun. And the reason why I got so into Spellcasters, and I don't even know they still are. I think they're still in a closed beta. I don't even know when it's going to come out. They didn't have a date as to when it's going to come out. However, I was so into it because I've been wanting to play and be good at League of Legends for years. And I oh yeah, you're not
You're
supposed to.
not supposed
You're
to
not
say
supposed to
League
say
of
that.
Legends.
So that particular game, right? Um I'm a controller player. I'm probably always going to be a controller player. With that particular game, it's keyboard and mouse. So, I just didn't play it. But with Spellcasters, it's a MOBA quite similar to that game, and I could play it with a controller. So I played uh, probably like 4 or 5 times. And the one time that I played, I was on stream. I was on their stream, which was a lot of fun. So Spellcasters, I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to being able to compete at that particular level with a team. I actually do want to do competitive stuff with MOBAs at that particular level. I had an absolute blast, and they had like a big activation where it
They
was
had the
like,
largest booth. They had the
yeah,
largest
they had the largest.
activation
They had the largest
outside of
activation.
something that
Yeah,
was just straight Twitch related. Twitch has stages and everything. Yo, they literally had uh s- uh uh probably like 6 7 rows with like what 10 computers per
easy.
row,
10
and then
computers
they
per row.
had on the floor stadium style seating with like
So much. It was
25 rows deep.
so
It was
crazy,
huge. Yeah.
so
So it
crazy.
sounds like they
Joe, if
gave you
you
the whole esports experience, just
they
testing the
Yeah,
did
they
game.
did. They
100%.
did. It was
They were
good. It was
they were
great.
casting. They were shoutcasting the entire time. Like it was just a full on experience. And I know we do have a clip of the actual teaser for Spellcasters. If you wanted to bring that
Yeah,
up real
let's pull
quick,
that up
Joe.
real quick. We'll get through this ad real quick.
Yeah, ads
Man,
on
ads are
YouTube, but
hey
it's
man,
gaming
everybody's
focused. It's streaming
monetizing. So
focused.
yep.
Yeah.
Everybody
So,
got
but like I
monetized.
said, I'm excited to play because it's a MOBA. Here we go.
The tapestry, where past, present, and future entwine.
Yeah, this joint was tough.
With a
I
Super tough.
I
the fate
I
man
it took me a couple times to play it to just try to get it.
with a god
But actually once I got it and I got the premise of it and I started to understand that it was close to that other game that we're not supposed to say, I actually started to be like, yo, this ain't bad. But Malcolm,
I was
yo,
going crazy, bro.
we were with a couple other, we were with DTS, and we'll talk about them a little bit. But big shout out to DTS. And every so often they'd be like, "Yo, sorry, where Malcolm at?" Uh, Spellcasters booth.
Yeah,
Yo,
bro.
we about to move. We about to go get lunch. Where Malcolm at?
may
Okay,
save
so
our
booth.
world.
Oh, he had the Spellcasters
Yep.
booth. So
Now
yeah,
this does
Malcolm
Yo.
look
had a good
very
time.
interesting for a
Yeah, the
MOBA.
actual gameplay was phenomenal. Controller, like you could play keyboard and mouse, controller as well, and it was super straightforward. Like I think sometimes with League of Legends, it's not as straightforward, especially because it's with keyboard and mouse, and there's so many buttons to push in order to really be good at League of Legends. You just really have to understand your keyboard. And like I said, it's a lot of buttons to push. But with this particular game, Spellcasters, man, with the controller, it was fluent. Uh I didn't have any issues picking it up really quickly. Uh from a strategy perspective, I mean, man, you could really, really, really go deep from a strategy perspective on this particular game, man. So
They
I'm looking
simplified the
for
controls, which
they
was what.
absolutely
Mhm.
simplified the
Yeah,
controls.
yeah.
I'm really looking forward to this game coming out. I'm excited for it. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
That's awesome. And you guys know I was a big League of Legends player for a while. I do really enjoy MOBAs. It's one of those games, a lot of them are free, so the barrier of entry is super low, but those skill
Mhm.
gaps are usually crazy
Mm.
high to
Crazy,
where
bro.
the difference between a newbie and a pro is almost feels
It's like,
insurmountable.
yeah, it's like, why am I even playing?
Yep.
Yeah, like Jotato was the one that taught me and Malcolm how to actually play League of Legends, and it was many a day we were like, "Huh? What? What
It's
the
tough.
fuck?"
It's a
Yeah,
tough
bro.
game. And I
Yeah,
played it for 10 years and still nowhere near the level that the pros are, nowhere near good enough to really coach you through how to play. I can get you the basics, but still, it's one of those games you really have to put that time in to learn. And so it's really cool
Yeah.
to see a new MOBA coming out that's a little more simple to understand. It's not as big. I saw 3v3 instead of the
Yeah, it's
5v5.
not as big. It's not as
Um,
big. Not as many lanes. It's only 3 lanes. And if I'm not mistaken, League has five, I
League
think, or do
has
they have
three.
three?
It has three lanes,
League has
but it's
three.
5-man
oh,
teams.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah,
yep.
yeah, yeah. It's
But
much smaller gameplay.
yeah, what I did think was cool though is it was vertical. You could fly above the map and shoot
Yes.
down, as
Yeah,
Yes.
opposed to
bro.
it being a
Yes.
top down. So it looks
It's
almost like a
just
third
flake.
person game
Yeah,
rather than
it's
that
like
top down MOBA
with League of
style.
Legends, it's like top down, like kind of in between that 2D, 3D,
Hmm
3D
It
situation.
reminded
But
me of LOL and Rivals, like a combination
yeah,
of
it was like
LOL
Yep.
a
and Marvel
combination
Rivals.
of League of Legends and Marvel Rivals. I'm excited for that to come out. So that was like
Yep.
my TwitchCon game that I'm very excited to see come out on console. And right now, I think the closed beta is on Steam right now.
hmm
But I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to it coming out on console.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
probably. I'm thinking, in soon episode soon to come, I'll be able to get you guys more on Arc Raiders, but I'm excited about that one.
Yeah.
So
And I
I haven't.
did. Oh, go ahead, Malcolm.
Oh no, I know we all been talking about Battlefield. I haven't had the opportunity to dig into Battlefield yet. I know Joe, you've been playing it. Sideline, I don't know if you had a really
Hmm
opportunity to dig into it yet, but I'm
I
looking
played the
forward to.
beta, and I wasn't necessarily a big fan of the beta, but I'll give it a chance again. And I was a Battlefield guy too,
Oh
so
my
I don't
god.
know. We'll see.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, no, I've been enjoying it. We'll save that for another episode when you guys get the chance to get your hands on it.
Yep.
I've been loving it. I've been playing it for the last week, but I did get to play a little bit of the Arc Raiders beta, so I can mimic or copy what Steve was saying. The graphics incredible. I was playing on PS5, and even on the console, those graphics looked insane. The gameplay was a ton of fun. And I like that they have a lot of different maps that you can go in and play. So we got to see that. We got to pick up some of the items to unlock those maps, even though they weren't available in the beta. So it does look like a ton of fun. I just hope, much like those extraction shooters, it's feast or famine. So if they don't come out of the
Yeah.
gate with a good plan, it's gonna fall off pretty
It's gonna
quick. So I'm
flop.
excited to see
Yep.
what they do with it.
Well, I'm just glad thank God for multiplayer so that
Yep.
you can get a well-rounded review and gameplay from every community, man, because they'll tell you whether this game is worth it or not. So
I mean, but from a multiplayer perspective, Call of Duty Black Ops 7 is coming, and I'm really looking forward to it. And we'll absolutely do an episode on that when it comes out. But the co-op campaign mode,
Mhm.
really, really looking forward to that. So, we'll talk about that later though.
Awesome.
yo, speaking of a co-op, man, me and Mal, Joe Tato, we've been talking about playing Army of Two again.
Yeah,
Army of
bro. We
Two.
got to do that.
Okay.
Army of Two, bro.
Throwback.
Yeah,
Those games were
yeah,
good. Those were some good games.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Army of
So
Two,
that's
man.
another one chat we gonna mess with.
I love that.
Interesting. You know what's about another game? There's been a lot that's happening in the gaming world. Well, I guess I don't know if that is that part of our. I don't think that's part of our segments today. But it's a lot been going on with the segment world. I feel like Xbox is about to be. It ain't kaput, but it's kaput. All of Xbox's main games are now offered on PlayStation. So
And
Halo,
vice versa though
Yep.
too.
nah, but it's not Halo,
PlayStation's coming. Their games are coming over to Xbox, but we'll
but
see. Streaming
it's
service.
more of a hit for Xbox because
Oh yeah,
when I
yeah,
think
yeah.
about Xbox
Right.
and Halo, I'm like that was a Xbox staple for years, and now
Hmm.
I can play it on PlayStation. Oh man, game changer.
Oh
So
yeah,
we'll
no,
talk about that later.
it's crazy. We saw that news. A buddy of mine was excited. I haven't played Halo in a while, so I might get back to that when it comes out on PlayStation. But let's kind of move forward into our next segment, which we're going to touch on a little bit of tech entrepreneurship. I know you guys just came back from TwitchCon. Content creation has been big over the last couple of years. A lot of people trying to get into it as a side hustle or a full time career. So I definitely want to break down the creator industry a little bit.
Mm,
How can people go about kind of making money in this
Oh
career?
man.
What does it take to get there? So let's start with that. How do we start monetizing our content? Where do we start?
Well, the first place to start is where by doing exactly what I'm about to do. Hit that play button. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because listen, like whether it is a video game, whether it is IRL or in real life content,
mm-hmm,
whether it's art, whether it's creating music, whatever, like just do it. And that is such the one of the most biggest cliches, and shout out to the brand that actually uses that as their slogan, but really it's just do it, right? Whatever it is that you're passionate about, put your all into it and record it, right? Because either record it or don't be afraid to put it out to the world and let somebody watch it while you're doing it,
mm-hmm,
because somebody out there is going to have a very similar, if not the exact same, passion and affinity for what you're doing. And it really is just a matter of them finding you or you finding them. And
mm-hmm.
from there, word of mouth marketing, or even if you decide to put a little bit of money behind promoting what it is that you do to try to get more people to come and check you out. But it's not an easy process, and it takes some time, but again, just don't be afraid to do it. Now, all the nuances of it, the technical pieces, how to do it, how to stream, how to get a channel, how to go live, all that, we'll get into that stuff. But I'm telling you, the biggest first step is to just either hit record or hit go live and just put yourself out there. There was many a day and many a time that I was literally streaming to one person, and that
Word.
one person was myself on my cell phone. My one viewer was just my cell phone sitting over here behind me. And then eventually somebody would come along and then be like, "Hi."
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hi. How are you?
Especially if
And
it's
then
not a
you just
bot.
no, right. And you just start engaging. And if they like you or they connect with you, they'll stay. If they don't, they'll leave. And the biggest thing for me was you can't miss what you never had
Word.
anyway. So
Word.
if
Mm-hmm.
somebody decided to leave, okay, well, I appreciate you at least coming to say hello, or at least coming to watch me for 30 seconds or whatever the case is. And then after that, it's my passion. So I'm still doing what I love to do at the end of the
Mm-hmm,
day. So
mm-hmm.
that's my first sort of tip in terms of how to get started. Just actually to just do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
all the way agree with Sidelight. My thing is we are living in man. When I tell y'all we living in a different world, we're living in a different world. When all of us were growing up, and whoever's going to watch this, I really hope you take heed to this. I can. I was just talking to some kids the other day where I was like, "Yo, y'all were raised in a space where you could pick up the phone and have FaceTime and talk to somebody from a whole different, a whole different place, right? What? Like I could pick up a phone and I can hit Face. Look at what we're doing right
Mm-hmm.
now. Like we're using platforms like Discord, and Discord is a mobile app on your phone. And da da da. Steve, we gotta go. It's zone already.
Oh
Um,
shit.
but we
Yeah.
just living in a different world, man. Like the opportunities that you can have from just literally picking up your phone and just putting your face to the phone and just talking is tremendous. I see people, for instance, Keith Lee, a food influencer, he literally just goes to restaurants, buys food, sit in his car, eat food, and post it on TikTok. And he got like millions of TikTok followers. I mean, the opportunities are endless, but I guess we should kind of get a little bit more technical as we had this
Yeah. Yeah.
conversation, right?
Yeah.
So what SylightReel was talking about earlier, from a perspective of streaming to one person, that platform is Twitch, right? Twitch is difficult. However, you can have people subscribe to you on Twitch, and people subscribe to you at tiers on Twitch. Tier 1 is $4.99, tier 2 is $9.99, tier 3 is $24.99. And you only need 25 followers, and you have to have 3 concurrent viewers for 4 hours in a 30-day
Or a
period.
three. Yeah. No,
Mm.
actually, they made it a 4-day period.
Wow.
It's 4 separate streaming days. So Malcolm was, oh god darn, god darn, hold on. Malcolm was basically referencing sort of the old model, right? Which there we go.
Which was recently updated,
Which
right?
was recently updated. So the old model is you had to qualify across a 30-day period and get those type of numbers, but and it was 50 followers, but yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Twitch updated it to 25 followers and four separate streaming days, or a total of like 8 hours across 4 days or something like that, right? So Twitch recognized in and amongst themselves, right, the desire and the demand for people that want to learn how to stream and potentially feel like they have something that people are going to come watch, and then they earn the ability to monetize it. And we'll talk about how that works in a second,
Mm-hmm.
but basically, so Twitch made a smart business move to be able to basically say, we're going to make it easier for more people to be able to spend time online and possibly earn the ability to monetize their stream, because then we'll make more money. The more
Yep.
people
Yep.
that are getting ads shown on their stream, the more opportunities we as Twitch have to take a cut of that money. So it's
Right.
Word.
very smart. It was very smart on their part, right? But often we're asked, okay, well, how do we get started? And da 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 da. Well, it's very easy,
Yep.
because there are now even apps on your phone.
Hmm.
If you play a game like Wordle or Clash Royale, which is a recent
Clash
game that
Royale.
Malcolm and I have been battling feverishly in, right? And or even like Fortnite or whatever. Like, let's say all you have is a mobile device to play video games. Well, you could download the Twitch app
See you too
on
on me.
your phone. Yep,
Mm-hmm.
I got you.
So, like he's saying, you can download the Twitch app. In the Twitch app, you do have the option to actually go live from your phone. And
Right.
Steve,
Yes.
I see you guys are loading up into another round, so I'll let you continue that thought.
Yeah, 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 no worries. So yeah, you can actually go on your cell phone, download the Twitch app, right? And then, say I'm playing Fortnite today, right?
Hmm.
And hit go live, and it'll ask you, where do you want to get your gaming source from? So a source is just basically your source of content. And you say, from my phone. You click a little option. Now you literally are out to the world playing whatever game on your phone on your account that you've created in this streaming platform.
Yep.
And it's on the platform, it's up to the platform like Twitch to put you into the feed or into the algorithm, just like any other social media platform. You somehow get into the algorithm, whether it be through keywords that you put into your title, whether it be hashtags, or whether it be the type of content, or the category of content that you've selected, it may be trending. So you may be getting into the algorithm, which then means you're starting to get in front of people that are on that platform. And
Yep.
if somebody basically says, I see Malcolm is playing Fortnite on his phone. Let me go look at Malcolm and see what he's about. Now, somebody is in front of you, and it's up to you to capture them and get them to stay. But really, that is the simplest way to get started. Now, you could take the next layer, which is maybe a gaming console, right? Like a PlayStation or a Nintendo Switch or
Hmm.
an Xbox or whatever, and again, they have apps,
Yep.
Twitch being one, that
Yep.
you can download
You can
and
download
repeat that
Discord on the
same
console.
process,
Yep.
right? And so now you get up sort of in the PC world, which is a little different. Now it's the same concept, right? But now when you're on the PC world, there are different software programs that are actually dedicated broadcasting software programs where you're playing the game, your broadcasting software is pulling that game in, and then you link it or connect it to those streaming apps, and then it pushes it back out. But when
Hmm.
you're on a broadcasting platform through like a PC or a computer or something like that, you have a whole nother world of options. You can record your content, you can put different graphics on top of your content. Think of like watching an ESPN or something like that, where they have like ticker tapes and pop-ups and graphics that go in and out, and they change from one video, one thing you're watching, and then maybe fade out into a commercial or
Yep.
fade out into another video. Like, that's where PC comes into play, because it gives you so
Absolutely.
much more power to do so many more things. So technically, right, you can start as simple as just a cell phone, but you can get as in depth and complex by having and graduating to a PC to do so much more. Then, what we were talking about is when you start to get more and more people, you can start to monetize that by having options on your channel for people to either send you gifts or little coins or whatever the currency is on that channel, or you can set up tiers where people can subscribe, and then that way they don't have to watch commercials or be
Yep.
interrupted into their programming. I'll let Malcolm talk a little about that.
Hmm.
Yeah, and that's specific to, actually that's specific to a couple of platforms, Twitch and YouTube, right? If you subscribe or you pay the money in order to be a part of that particular community, you won't see the ads on Twitch, and you also won't, well, actually with YouTube, I guess it goes to YouTube, that's a little bit different. But I wanted to go back to a point that SylightReel had made, where people come into your stream and having to keep them engaged. There's a higher level
On
of
here.
understanding that you need to be branding yourself. You are a brand. When people come into your stream, you have to keep them engaged. You have to understand what is going to keep them engaged. You have to just keep them engaged while they're coming to watch you play, right? They're coming to spend however many amount of minutes with you on that particular platform. So what are you going to do in order to keep those folks there, right? So we're kind of talking about what's up with all these legendary chests on
Freeloader, bro.
reload.
They don't play. They don't play.
Oh, Sugarfoot. Well, let's not play around with it. Let's not play around with it. So now we just kind of just broke down what you could do with Twitch. And Twitch, it could just go so extremely far. Now, TikTok, you can do the same things on TikTok, and I think that you can, no, it's no think. You can reach a bigger crowd faster on TikTok because
Absolutely.
of the
Yeah.
way how
Yeah.
the algorithm is set up on TikTok. You could reach a bigger crowd faster on TikTok. And the interesting thing about how TikTok and Twitch go hand in hand is because, and that's something that Silight and I do very, very well. We have our long form content on Twitch, and then that short form clipping where people are making buku money from clip farming on these platforms, especially with gaming content, IRL content, the stuff, the type of content that you see that's very popular on Twitch is also very popular on other platforms as well. So when you talk about having that long form content, and it's, you should absolutely have a strategy to your content plan and a strategy to being able to monetize on these platforms. And now, don't get it twisted, it takes time. It's not
Yes.
something that will happen overnight. It's not something that you think that you could just do for a few days and then not do it. No, you have to actually put in the work. You have to actually, when you commit to doing it, you have to do it.
Think
Period. So
about this, folks. We are
100%.
creatures of habit, right?
yes,
And so if you do not create a habit, then you will not be able to create a consistent following that is going to get into the habit of
yep,
giving you money.
Hmm.
yep,
So just like your habit is to get up and go to work every day, you should build a habit of creating some type of content every day and putting that out to the world every
hundred
day
percent,
in order for people to consume that and then reward you by saying, I enjoyed that. I'm going to give you a couple dollars or a couple pennies or a couple $100
Absolutely.
or whatever the case is, right? But and then I'll let Malcolm go back. But one thing that I wanted to piggyback on him was he said, Twitch is, or excuse me, TikTok is the fastest place to get in front of massive numbers of people because
yep,
of the way it works. And
yep,
if you think about this, if we had to do it all over again from start, both of us would do both TikTok and Twitch at the same time,
mm-hmm,
but shuttle our people from TikTok to Twitch, right?
yep,
Hmm.
Use TikTok as your lead generation or your cultivation platform and ultimately tease them there to get or eat or watch or whatever more on the Twitch side because you can make so much more on the
Absolutely.
Twitch side.
So let me ask you guys this: if you were to do that today, say let's say something happens, Twitch server gets blown up, everything's gone, we don't have any of our content anymore, all of it's gone. You have to start new channels, start from scratch. How would you start day one if you were starting from zero again?
I'm clipping all, I'm clipping crazy on TikTok, clipping, going live on TikTok and clipping, going live on TikTok and clipping. I mean, if my stuff disappeared right now today and I had to figure it out, I'm going hard with the clips on TikTok because I know that that's gonna drive everything else. It's going hard
Well,
on
and the beauty of
TikTok.
that strategy, chat or viewers, sorry, I keep saying chat because I'm so used to being live, right? The beauty of that strategy, which is something we'll also be talking about, is there are AI tools that will clip for you. So
Yep,
Hmm.
you don't even have to spend the time trying to find content to clip and then post to a TikTok, right? You all you have to do, literally, all you have to do is play the game,
yep,
connect your gaming streaming platform to one of these AI generating clipping programs like Eclipse.
yep,
See what I did there?
yep,
And you you can stream for an hour and wind up with 25 pieces of short
yep,
1 to 2 minute content that is
yep,
already ready to just hit a button. It's already formatted in 9 by 16, and as long as you connect it to your social media platform, all you have to do is click post, and it'll automatically post your clips to your social media platform of choice. So
and it's on
it's
your
not
phone.
hard.
It's
It's
on your
not
phone.
difficult at
It's on your
all.
phone. Nah, not at all. Eclipse, that what SylightReel is talking about, it's on your phone. Like you could edit these clips on your phone or an iPad, a mobile device, right? And I want to kind of take it a little bit deeper, right? When we talk about this digital divide and people out there not having access to, maybe a PC or maybe even if they don't have a console, you can still play a game like Clash Royale, stream it to Twitch, be talking over it, and then you can still upload the clips to TikTok, or you can go live on Twitch right from your phone, which is what we were doing at TwitchCon, and you can take those clips and you can upload them and edit them right straight from your phone. So I think that content, we live in a world where content is so, oh my God, where content is so critical to your business or your brand. You have to do it. You have to do it. You have to do it. And if you're good enough at it, we were talking about brands or subscriptions and merchandising and all the things, people will support you. They will buy stuff from you. They will subscribe to you. They will gift. They will gift, GIFT. There will are people in this world
IFT.
that will gift subs to other people who are in your community. I mean, this thing just goes so crazy. Oh no, I
It
need to
does.
run.
It goes so deep, and there's so many platforms now for people to choose from. It's it's almost like, where do I want to go? Like, I have
Right.
options now. It used to be you have Twitch, you got YouTube. That's it. That's, you can work with it. You had Facebook gaming for a while. You had Mixer
They're
for a
actually
little
about to shut
bit.
that down next week too.
And exactly. So still the big platforms are the purple app, Twitch, the red app, YouTube, and now TikTok. TikTok's come into the mix. You know, they shook up the
Now,
game with the short form content, and now everybody's trying to catch up to them. So go ahead,
now
Steve. Where are you going with that?
TikTok. No, I was just going to say TikTok. We all know TikTok is about to change, though,
Yes, it
right?
is.
Because TikTok is not going to be as global in its reach as it was, given the changes that were mandated by the current administration, right? The
Mm-hmm.
sale of the platform to a US company. I think Oracle is going to be taking over the servers. So your international potential audience is not going to be as great in the future as it is now. But that doesn't mean it's still not something that you should hold on. I'm engaged about it. Should take advantage of. But where I was going to say, to your point, Joe Tato, with all the options, is start with the option where you have the greatest following.
Mm-hmm.
Because you've already built a community that is willing to support you, understands you, and will likely support your passions and your hobbies.
Yep.
So I would start with whatever platform that you already know you have at about, 3 to 400 followers, because then you only need about 10% of those people to come and follow you on a platform like Twitch. And then you can, God darn it, you can
What the
gain
heck are you
affiliate.
doing, bro?
I'm trying to get I'm trying to get weapons, and I'm getting
I love it.
mollywopped.
As you can see, guys, we got the guys
God
in
damn.
game right now. They're struggling a little bit, but that's the beauty of this show. We got to throw a little wrench in
Jesus
there for them.
Christmas.
Might be
Oh
talking
my
about
God.
something, then you start getting shot from the left from somebody third partying because you're not paying attention.
Malcolm, help
So,
me. Help me.
Yo,
oh,
just so y'all know, so context
Jeez.
as to how we it's Sidelight Real and I, we play so well together, man. We've been playing when COVID happened.
Yeah.
So to give you, I want to just give context, right? So the reason why Sidelight Real and I are so knowledgeable about this space is because
Yo, get my gun back, bitch.
yo,
You greedy little.
hey, this is our show. We can cuss. Yeah, he just called me a bitch, y'all. So one thing about it is that Sidelight Real and I, when COVID happened, we had just started Futures First Gaming. I mean, like literally just started. And that February, and what happened was COVID happened, and we had to shift online. So we were kind of, how do I want to say it? We were kind of forced into doing things online and really having a deeper layer of understanding. Like I started streaming from a console. I started streaming from a console.
same here.
I believe did JT get you your first computer, or did you already have one?
She hooked the boy up for my birthday.
Yeah, right.
Or that Christmas, one or the other.
Yeah, it was that Christmas. Oh my God, Sidelight Road, what are you doing?
Bro, he's hiding in the bush.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
See?
Oh my
See?
gosh. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
see?
Oh my
You
gosh.
gotta
See?
watch out for it. Gotta watch out for them. So
So we were forced to learn. Like we were first to learn from a online perspective, and I think that's what really helps our level of knowledge is because we had to deal with COVID and we had
Yep.
to figure it out, and because we had to figure it
YouTube
out,
Universe. Shout out to YouTube University.
yes,
Absolutely.
yes. Shout out to YouTube University. So we figured it out, and now we're able to really speak at this at a high level. I think,
While
well,
playing
not I
video
think,
games and getting
yeah,
mollywop. Yeah.
100%. I know for a fact that SylightReel and I, our knowledge about this particular industry is top tier. I mean, like we could easily rival the any top any oh my god, we could rival any top company in this particular space because
Left. Jesus
Oh.
Christ.
oh, and then he
I-
Dougied on me.
Yeah, he did.
Then he Dougied on me.
But
Our level of
yo,
knowledge,
that was game one. Second place. I'm cool with that.
I'll take it.
that was game 2.
Oh,
That's
you're
right.
right. You're
First
right.
game doesn't
Usually,
count.
okay,
First
so
game's a
we
warm
get-
up.
how
First
we
game's
do?
a
We get
We
three
do.
warm-ups.
We do 3.
We get three warm-ups.
We do 3 warm-ups. So that
Anyway.
wasn't bad. Second place, that wasn't bad. Run it back.
Yeah.
So like I was saying, SylightReel and I feel like our knowledge, because we were forced to do this online, educate online, stream online, do everything online because of COVID. Our level
Go
of
back to
knowledge.
lobby, yo. Go back to lobby because I don't want us to get flagged for any copyright music. So
Oh yeah, so
yeah.
like I said, our level of knowledge, we could rival anybody in the world because we were forced to do it, and we did it at a high level as soon as we were forced to do it. Right? SylightReel and I, we streamed for 14 hours straight. We streamed for 14 hours straight one day, and that was for Pandemonium 2020. Was that Pandemonium 2020? We streamed for 14 hours straight, and I mean, we were able to create scenes. We were able to bring people from multiple places into our conference. We were able to have high level gameplay from multiple places, and we were like, yo, how do we do that? How do we do that? How do we do that? And we figured it all out.
Mhm.
And I say all that to say where we sit at now, we are more than knowledgeable to really have higher level conversations around how Twitch works, around how TikTok works, around how just content, branding, and marketing from a hardware and a software perspective when it comes to gaming. We just been doing it for the past 5.5 years, and that was about to go to another level because of what we have with FFG Central. So, I'm happy that we're in this particular space right now.
Absolutely.
We've really redefined what STEM means for our world, and we replaced the E in STEM with entrepreneurship. Right? Because to everything that we've been talking about, like, and to kind of recap this segment, it is just more or less we believe that the tools are in place and the actual people are leveraging these tools in a fragmented way. And if we can show you how to sequence everything together for all the things that you're already doing, a lot of people probably just don't understand that they're their own brand, right? You have to come up with the fact that you represent something that somebody else probably will connect with. You have to figure out how to get that to the world so that that person has an emotional connection with you and will ultimately reward you for showing the world what they were afraid to show them. And that's really what it comes down to.
Yeah, just
Absolutely.
just press play. Just press play. I tell parents all the time, like, if you just allow yourself or your kids or whoever, I don't want to limit it to anybody. If you just turn on the camera, you can change your life if you just turn on the camera. So, when it comes to content creation and streaming, what Steve was talking about earlier when he was talking about just starting, just turn on that camera. You turn on that camera, it'll open up a whole world of opportunity if you just turn on that camera. So
Absolutely. And Malcolm's saying, turn on the camera. If you don't have a camera, just hit the go live button. You've probably got a PlayStation 4. You probably have a PlayStation 5. If you got an Xbox, all of those have built-in broadcasting right to Twitch, right to YouTube. You don't need a camera to start. We know tech is expensive. This is an expensive hobby. And so if you have the bare minimum, a phone, an Xbox, a PlayStation, you can go live right now. If you've ever thought about, hey, maybe I want to try streaming. Just like the guy said, just try it. Just start. The worst that happens is you find out you don't like it, and then you keep playing video games offline. It's not gonna ruin gaming for you. It's not gonna ruin whatever your hobby or your passion is. You're just not gonna share it with people across the world, and that's okay.
Yep. Jotato, I want to see. Can we see how it looks with us being small?
Let's get these guys smaller so they're playing the game. We want to definitely let you guys see some of that gameplay. So what I'm actually going to do here, I'm actually going to make them full screen, and we're going to let them play for a second while I take a quick restroom break. So I'm going to let you guys have this round. I'm not going to throw any questions at you when I get back. We'll move on to the next segment.
Cool. All right, Mal, let's lock in. Good comms. All right, chat.
Let's lock
all right,
in.
Viewers. To all the viewers, I mean, I know most of you probably would be familiar with this game, but this is Fortnite. The objective of this game is basically we're a two-man team dropped from a bus on an island. The island is themed, as you can see, Halloween themed for the time of year, and we need to survive. We need to be the last team standing, chat. That's pretty much it. Survive. Run. I gotta run.
Oh my gosh, bro. Stay alive. Did you even get shield?
Woo! Let's go. See, he came after. Oh, his buddy's here. Oh no. Yeah, let's go.
Yo,
that was what I'm talking about, yo. That was all the way clutch.
That was
all the way clutch.
All right, let's get it.
Good money, good money, good money. Here, you can have that. I need that. You can have all that other stuff.
We need to no, you need this.
Shield. But, all right,
so
Malcolm just threw a mist. Yep, Malcolm just threw a mist, and I just gave him some shield. Here, I got a bunch more. Here, take that. Yeah. All right. So now, if you look, mine's
We're not
covered.
building.
We're not building. So there's two different modes, chat. There is a mode where you build and you get materials, and you can actually build walls and forts, and that's why it's called Fortnite, and shelter for either hiding or staying, protecting yourself from gunfire, or even like building to gain an advantage, like to build above an enemy and get the drop on them. Or there's a zero build mode, which is no building whatsoever, and it's basically just shooting. So we're playing the zero build mode.
Make sure we remind SylightReel that we're not building. We're not building.
We're not building.
You actually should coin that term, bro. You should coin that term. We're not building.
I often forget because I love builds, but I'm getting better at zero builds. Yo. Here. You want this shotgun?
Hold on, where you at? Yeah, I'll take that. Here, take that shield. All right, y'all. So when it comes to playing Fortnite, when you really want to play it at a decent level, you really have to communicate, and you really have to know the person that you're playing with, understanding how they play, and also what you need to say in order for them to understand what needs to be done while you play, right? So SylightReel and I, we have been playing
is key.
Yeah, we've been playing since season 2 when we started playing.
From season 3.
Nah, season 2 is when they had my favorite spot, the slurp spot. I think that was season 2.
Maybe.
Oh, was it season 3?
No,
whatever.
It was chapter 3, season 2.
There you go, chapter 3, season 2. So we've been playing for quite some time. So we kind of understand how each other plays. So it works. So it absolutely works out. So since we're really trying to lock in right now, let's figure out where we want to go. All right, right now we at Gravy Gates. Where do you think this zone is going to go? Haunted Hamlet.
Go to the supply drop. Go to supply drop. We'll literally be in the middle of the map.
I bet.
But that means we will have enemies all around us.
Yep.
So head's got to be on the swivel.
Yep.
But this the point of what I was saying is good comms, right? Like at Futures First Gaming, guys, like we even try to show how gaming can be a mechanism to teach critical skills, whether in life or in business, right? So when you think about being in business, what is it that all successful businesses do? They share information across the business, across departments, top down, bottom up. That is what communication, effective communication, drives success. This is why when companies look to hire individuals, they ask, how are your communication skills, right? Well, video games is one way.
This is one way to really communicate.
to build communication skills along with teamwork, problem solving, analytics, strategy, business, because I don't want to spend all my money on buying, items in the game to help me. And then, Ninja, I was about to shoot you. Oh my God, I thought you was the enemy, bro.
If I was, bro, I'd have let you have it, bro.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
So parents, right? Like, oh, how are video games gonna help my child? Well, look at all these things that I listed that they can learn, these skills that are valuable skills.
And that's not even mentioning all of the adjacent stuff that comes from being a part of this industry. Like Steve and I, Stylight and I, we always talk about
I know who that is.
My bad. Hold on.
Looks like I came back at the perfect time.
Oh yeah, we're doing all right. All right.
One on me, right behind me.
Let him have it. Oh, let him have it.
Get him, Malcolm.
He's trying to get out of there.
So he's trying to run, Shaq.
Got him.
Let's go.
Yep, reload, Sylight.
Yep.
Reload.
Take a moment.
Reload.
All right, so chat, there are 12, including us, left. Oh, right here behind us. Good money. Cross the way. Got him. Team white.
To my right.
Oh, shoot. Got him?
Behind the tree. No, I ain't get him. I'm pushing. That was his teammate. His teammate is coming. 2 of them. Got knocked.
Oh, shoot. It's 2 of them.
Run.
Yep.
I'm rebooting.
Yep.
This is intense, y'all. I love it.
Whew. Jesus.
It's right there. Yes, clutch. Woo. See, that's why we talk about communication is so important.
Oh my gosh.
It's 2v1.
Got him. Where's the other ball?
He's right
Where's the other ball?
He's right behind me.
Oh, there's his friend.
Highlight. Get out the zone.
Yep.
This is why comms is important, y'all. Video games teaches you life skills. Oh my
shit.
Just
All
reboot.
right.
Just reboot.
Yep. I was trying to take him out. I was trying to get a team wipe.
There's 6 left, bro. Yeah, just reboot. Hurry up.
All right. Stay alive. 2, 1. All right. On the way.
Drop right on those.
Yep.
No.
Yep.
Actually, hold on. Actually, you're kind of far from me. Wherever I'm running to, bro, just fly over to where I'm at.
All right, hold on. Let me get shield.
I'm gonna try to come to where you are.
I do not like this. I need a shotgun, bro. Where you at?
To, I only got
Oh,
this
yeah.
right there.
There's a balloon. I mean, a supply drop here.
Oh my God, it's 2.
Stay alive, bro. Stay alive, bro. Stay alive.
Oh, they must be on different teams.
Oh shoot. What do I want? 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 I'm torn. I'm torn. I'm torn. I'm torn. Nope. I get that. All right.
Hold on, what's down there, bro? I need some stuff.
Oh, right there. Right there. Dude coming.
Oh,
Watch this. Watch this, chat.
that's
Got
the same
him.
one from earlier.
Bam.
Yeah, just take him out. Need that. Oh, great stuff.
Need that.
Yo,
How many left?
6.
6. Okay.
Intense.
It is intense, bro. Right here. On me. I think.
Wait.
he's in the tower. Somebody flying in.
Somebody to the right. Stay close.
Reboot. Reload.
He didn't stay.
Got
in the
him. He did not.
he didn't stay in the chance, yo.
Reload.
Reload. Ready to come?
Yep. Gosh. All right, here comes his friend. Here comes his teammate. Let them battle each other.
Yeah.
Storm,
Reload,
go
bro.
right. Storm, go right. Go right behind this mountain.
Reboot over, bro. Keep going right. They gotta come towards us. Sylight, what are you doing?
No, we got to go this way. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, get in there. What's in here? I need that. I got a shotgun. Yes. Thank you. Where you at, Mal?
Right here underneath you.
All right.
This is about to move anyway.
Yep. All right, we're gonna have to go right soon. 2v1, bro. 2v1.
I don't know where they are. They gotta be coming this way, bro.
Yep. 2v1. Get the high ground. Come on.
He's gotta come out of that storm. There he is, right here.
Go ahead, take him out. Where's he at? There it is. Good job. Let's go.
Good game, gentlemen.
That was a beautiful thing.
I love that.
That was actually kind of intense, yo.
That was getting wild for a second.
Yeah, it was. Once I see you had the high ground, I was like, yeah, we'll be all right.
Yeah, you guys had that one pretty clear. So I'm actually gonna take us out of order a little bit because we touched on it a little bit with tech entrepreneurship, monetizing your content, how to get those workflows going. Let's talk this week in AI. AI and content creation. It is a big topic right now with copyright. How do you use it? How do you not use it? So let's talk about AI in content creation. First things first, how do we feel just in general about AI and content creation?
I love it.
Love it?
Yeah, absolutely. I love it.
I am a tremendous proponent of it, but using it responsibly.
Correct.
That's where I'm going to go.
100% agree. And the three of us here, for those of you watching, we all dabble in AI. We're all about it. We're trying to learn all the new tools that are constantly coming out and changing. And there are a ton, like you guys alluded to earlier, that can be very beneficial for content creators. So Eclipse being one of them, an AI trained clipping tool. I heard Malcolm yesterday saying, talking to a program, I don't know if it was Eclipse or not, but he said, clip that. And I was like, all right, I got you. I'll clip it. And he's like, oh no, I'm just trying to get this thing to clip for me. So Malcolm, talk me through that. What was that?
So going back to TwitchCon, we saw another software similar to Eclipse called it was called TLDR. So inside of the software, even with Eclipse as well, you clip that. So that prompts the software to clip that particular scene that you know, maybe with some good gameplay, maybe something funny happened, but you want it to be clipped. And from what I understand, it clips maybe about 10 seconds prior and 10 seconds after that particular moment that you said clip that. So that's what I was trying to work yesterday evening. I was playing Fortnite. However, it works exceptionally well on Eclipse. The other platform, it wasn't working the way that I wanted it to work. But Eclipse, talking about AI, and I guess for now we could keep AI from on a content and gaming perspective. It's like you said, like you guys said. I'm just going to piggyback off of y'all. It's I love it. I love it. We use it responsibly. Before we had, interesting enough, man, Steve, Like we've been doing this for quite some time. We had something else, Athena Scope.
Athena
We
scope,
had
yeah.
Athena Scope before, and that was kind of like the first iterations of using AI to clip gaming. And now we see that clipping is like this is like a big thing now. However, man, this might have been 4 years ago,
It was a while ago.
maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
yeah.
was like
I
maybe 4 years ago.
I really
Yeah,
liked Athena
I
scope
love the Athena
because
Scope.
it was a lot more customizable on the front end before it actually started clipping your clips. Like you could similar to how prompt engineering and how prompting and AI agent development is now, that tool, you could tell it, hey, do this, don't do this, make sure you get this type of thing, exclude this type of thing, be on the lookout for this, and then it would
Oh
go
yeah, that's
into
right.
your
That's
stream
right.
and
That's
capture it
right.
based on how you
That's
gave
right.
it instructions. Whereas, Eclipse is a little different, it's evolving, but Eclipse has so many more opportunities after clipping for integrations with your social media, putting closed captions on your stuff, stickers, just getting everything after it captures. But
Okay.
um, to Malcolm's point, like it will basically capture automatically, and you can trigger it to capture by just saying clip that, and it'll go ahead and capture your pieces. So
Yeah.
we
So
used to
so.
do it just out of excitement, but
Mm-hmm.
now it's a blessing because it'll actually
Mm-hmm.
do it based
Yeah,
on
and
us
we've
saying it.
been doing it. So to answer your question from content creation, man, uh yeah. So I yeah, it's nothing's playing at the moment, so that's okay. Yeah, no music's actually playing right now, so that's that. Um, but yeah, so content creation and AI, man. Like I said, we use Eclipse. Eclipse is really good. I've been playing around with Sora. If anybody goes on my Instagram right now, I have like me playing the game in quote unquote reality and then getting shifted into an actual Fortnite game. I got a couple of those videos up, and I also have some videos where I'm I just posted this video yesterday of me being a UK rapper and I would rap with drill music and I was rapping. I rapped the AI song to with that the drill beat. However, from
Bro,
efficiency,
this guy got a video of himself in Call of Duty getting a kill talking about
six
six
seven,
seven.
six seven, 6'7". Yo, that
Bro,
was so
that
funny when
was
I made that video. It was so funny. So like,
bro.
we could go on about this stuff, right? However, from an efficiency perspective, I remember when this was back in early 2024, like maybe late 2023, early 2024. I was like, Satellite, yo, this thing, ChatGPT. And Highlight was like, yo, don't tell nobody about this. But then, obviously it just kind of
Yeah, it
blew
caught
up
on,
from
but
there.
but
Yeah.
but we've been able to really dig into it on the front end and the back end to make sure that like we are experts in our worlds in
Mm-hmm.
chat gbt, and that's part
Mm-hmm.
of also making yourself, increasing your own value just to what you can contribute to your own worlds, whether it be in this space or another space. But what I would say why I love it, is for two things. And the second thing you're going to be like, huh, how is that so? But the first thing is, efficiency of your workflow, right? Like, um, I'm really getting into I was able to get my certification as a prompt engineer this past year. Now I'm getting ready to do some things related to building agents, which I'm
Ooh, you
really
smart.
excited about, right?
Mm-hmm.
You smart.
I- I'm trying. And so from an agent perspective, right, the difference between just sort of a chat bot and an agent is a chat bot is good at one particular task, right? Like again, like we're saying with Eclipse, right?
Mm-hmm.
This Eclipse's task is to clip your clips based on what it knows about the game that you're playing. So like it knows if I get a kill or if I get eliminated or if I have a win, right? Like there are triggers that it was programmed to say, okay, I'm going to capture that. An agent is designed to complete a task from start to finish to get an objective going. So imagine building an agent that allows for you, as soon as you hit go live on whatever streaming platform, not only does it capture the types of clips that you have instructed it to do, it will also review those clips, write copy for each of your social media platforms, post those clips in each of the relevant styles and format for YouTube, for Facebook, for TikTok, for Twitch. For each clip, it will write a social media post,
Mm,
including hashtags, keywords, and captions. It'll attach it to those and it'll post it on your behalf at 9 a.m., 12 p.m., and 5 p.m. Imagine an agent doing that.
mm,
That's
Mm-hmm.
the future of workflow efficiency, right?
mhm.
Now, all I have to do is play the game and all my posts are going to be already automatically up and out same day, and I don't have to do anything else, right?
Mm-hmm.
The second thing which I love about AI, and this is what Malcolm was talking about with his Sora, is AI can be used for originality.
Mhm.
AI can be used to create things that never would have been thought of or existed, that
Mm.
come from your own imagination, right? Like we're oftentimes misrepresented or not even represented. I've I've tried to search stock photography for images that would represent FFG or gamers of color or women gamers in certain situations, and I can't find those images. Now I can go to AI and say, create an image of a young black boy playing uh, Minecraft on his computer in his room at his house, building a city with absolute joy on his face from his accomplishment in ultra realistic 3D. Right now, I have an image for the next article that I'm going to write around how Minecraft can heal the soul or whatever. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, so to Malcolm's point, he's now got content of himself inside of the game that's actually him. So a lot of people knock AI for saying, "Oh, it's not original." You know, the what you produce from prompting this Chat GPT or
It really is
Claude or
original.
whatever is
Mm-hmm.
not original. Well, actually, it is, provided that you give it quality information to work from or
Agreed.
even original thinking to produce something that may have never been produced.
And
So I
I'm
love it.
glad you said that the original thinking, because people are getting, I don't want to say complacent, but get into this place where now the AI is doing everything for them. Like the original brain is the one that comes up with the creativity, especially
Mm-hmm.
when you talk about, I've been doing a lot of research around literacy rates and how literacy rates affect being able to prompt. If you can't read or critically think, you can't prompt, right? And even with that being said, black and brown folks are so creative that these AI tools, you might not even have to write in them, you could talk in
Mhm.
them. So, your original brain is where the original creativity comes from. And we have to get into these places where we're using AI as strictly a tool. It is a tool that can help you ideate, that can help fuel your vision. I've really been talking a lot lately about how can we use artificial intelligence to fuel your vision, but that vision comes from your brain. It comes from you. So it's an original thought, and the tools are here to help you really push that original vision and that thought forward. So, I'm a huge fan of artificial intelligence. Obviously, Skylight and I,
Mhm.
we have a deep understanding of the cons, right? And that's something that we have to consistently keep in mind and work on as we are so pro about it. So, regulation and advocacy around these platforms and, making sure that it's safe for everybody to use, that's something that we always talk about and that we're constantly thinking about all the time. So,
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yep. Yep.
And
Yep.
I know something that happened this year with the SAG-AFTRA interactive media agreement, that they're actually trying to regulate this AI so that if you as a creator have someone go on and create something with AI that's really using your original thought, your framework, your content, and the AI went online and said, "Hey, this is what you're looking for. I'm going to make something that looks like this." You can get compensated for that. So there
Absolutely.
there are some regulations coming in with that, which is very important, very smart. Another thing too that I've seen from other content that I like to consume is that YouTube has actually combated fully AI content, to which full AI videos that have no original content in it per se, are getting lower monetization rates than content that you as an individual are producing. Whether
that was good. That was on the way. That
yeah,
was on. It's gonna be
Yeah.
like that for every
yeah,
platform. It's on
exactly.
the way.
I can understand that in a way. Like, but think about it like this, right?
Hmm.
If the AI that you're utilizing has not been trained by you, then I can understand
And
that.
that's the key point, I
However,
think.
if you own your instance of whatever AI tool that you're utilizing, over time, that tool will learn from your inputs, your personalities, your
Hmm.
thoughts, your creativity. It literally becomes your personal assistant. And on the front end, you can program it to do the things and say the types of things or speak in the ways or search on things that you would do. So I personally believe that if you are going out and you're just starting from scratch and using an AI tool and you're saying, okay, create a song about a girl who shot her husband because he cheated on her in the style of 50 Cent, that's one thing, right?
Hmm.
And yeah, that may not be original because
Is it not original though?
it's drawing from, well, yeah, it is because
I
you
think
are
that and that
prompting
that's
it
where
in
that
the
line.
style of 50
Yeah,
Cent, right? Like
yeah,
who else would say do that, right? But that is
right.
becoming more of a norm. So yeah,
Hmm.
on one hand, it does have a smidgen of originality. But if I've been using my chat bot or my chat GBT, and I name my chat GBT, his name is RC, stands for real chat, and he be like, yo, Silite, what's good, how you feeling this morning, did you stay up late last night, all that stuff. I talk to it like he my best friend, because if the world turned, he gotta be my boy, he ain't gonna turn on me. But anyway, like if I've been working with him for 2 years, right, he literally knows a fuck ton of information about me,
Hmm.
about my style, about
Hmm.
what I don't want, about what I do want, what I like, how I want to write, what my, the way that I talk, the way that I, look as I've updated images. So I've trained that AI to almost be an extension of me. So I'm pretty confident in what I ask it to do or produce is a reflection of me. It's just another collaborative reflection of what I'm prompting it to do. So I would say I need at least 90% of that originality.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? At
Yeah,
this point.
And I think to your point, it is, did you train the model or did you go to it and say, hey, make me this and then post it? You know, like my coworker, he does on LinkedIn every Thursday, he does a post. He calls it Thankful Thursday, and he does it's a really long writing. He's an ex-teacher. He really great writer. And what he did is he took a couple of the posts that he did on his own. He wrote them out fully, made the post, sent it in. He grabbed them, went on to ChatGPT, said, here's 4 of my posts for my Thankful Thursday. I want you to read these, analyze it, and learn how I like to write. Now I want you to write me this post about this story that I want to cover for my Thankful Thursday. Here's some examples from my life that I want you to include. And then it writes the whole post for him, and it looks nothing different than the ones he wrote on his own. It looks exactly the same, follows the same tone.
Original.
That's original.
That's original.
Yes, 100%.
That's original. I think the bulk of people, right, our knowledge base, us, right, the 3 people who are talking right now on Gaming Gospel, our knowledge base is top tier. You know, as I was talking about earlier about SylightReel and I's top tier knowledge when it comes to the esports world, our knowledge is top tier when it comes to artificial intelligence as well, right? And I think the bulk of the world, just the bulk of the world, period, don't have the knowledge and the awareness of what it's like. They happy that they're prompting ChatGPT, which I'm happy that you're doing it too. However, when you talk about how they get their information from social media platforms, and social media can be so polarizing, right? They don't know that it could be so powerful in that way. And they're
driving a Bugatti to the grocery store.
Yeah, bro. 100% driving the Bugatti to the grocery store. They just don't know how powerful this is. And then because they're driving that Bugatti to the grocery store, it gives you a certain type of perspective of the person who's driving that Bugatti, right? So yeah, we got a lot of work to do, you know, from the esports perspective, and using artificial intelligence, and just using artificial intelligence as a whole. We got a lot of work to do. Especially, you know, we just have a lot of work to do, period. But even from a black and brown perspective, we have to probably even do 3 times the work, just because of, you know, how the world is, right? So
yep. And there's a great podcast. Highly recommend you guys listen to it. I actually recommended it to Jihan. Shout out Jihan. Shout out
GG, my baby.
One of your friends from here in Atlanta in the esports world. What Now by Trevor Noah. I know you guys probably seen the Daily
He's
Show.
So good.
When Trevor Noah was on. His podcast is amazing. And he did have an episode, I think it was with Sam Altman, talking a lot about how, you know, the models were not trained for black and brown content because the people they were employing just were not that.
They don't know.
They don't know.
They just don't.
So
they
one
don't
thing
know.
They did, and I don't know how much of it influences ChatGPT now, is they actually sent it overseas. They sent it to Africa, where that's all black and brown faces pretty much dominate Africa. That's their country, and so they had people there training the models on what African culture really looks like, not what people from OpenAI know about it by going online and researching, so they could get the images of black and brown faces and get it accurate, not just based on what it knows to be a man and a woman, you know, whatever else falls into that.
And
that's commendable, but it's incomplete.
It's incomplete.
Oh man, it's not like we might have been on the same. We are on the same page. Like That is absolutely, yes, it's absolutely a start. It's commendable. However, when you talk about African folks, African American, I'm from Africa and I'm American, right? It's a huge difference from black and brown folks here. There's so many, although our complexion, our melanin is the same, the nuances in culture and heritage are
drastically different.
And I think what happens is that because, and actually you see that in the esports industry as well. So I want to, you know, I'll even tie it in there. You'll see a lot of esports companies are starting to really understand these nuances and really be able. I think Fortnite does a real good job at understanding nuances and putting that in the characters in the game, right? AI, on the other hand, does not understand those nuances at all. And I'm glad that Chat GPT or Open AI has had the wherewithal to be like, hey, we're going to go to Africa and we're going to work in this particular space. However, I'm a black kid from New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
SylightReel as well, right? What about my nuances that create my whole ethos, right? Being a black kid from New Jersey, right? And
Right.
it's me and SylightReel. We're both black kids from New Jersey. So how did Sam go? And I'm not saying he will really go to New Jersey, but go to New Jersey and find those black folks in New Jersey. Go to California and Compton and find those black folks over there. What are
Right.
their nuances? What makes them them? How do we build that into the model? Or how do we just create our own?
Don't
Yeah.
don't make me go down a rabbit hole,
No,
bro.
I
You
don't go. No,
really,
this ain't.
if you
We'll
really,
start. This the first one. This the
Yep.
first
We
thing,
got
and
we
I
got to
think
save some stuff for
yeah,
later,
we'll
but
yeah,
go
it's a
start going
good
down a rabbit hole
yeah,
later.
it's
Yo,
a good topic
yeah,
and it's a good
it's a
question
great.
to
It's a
to
great. This is
follow
a.
up
That
on.
was a
Yep.
great question, Joe
yeah,
Tato.
yep.
Really great question. And just so all y'all know, Joe Tato is an ally. So don't ever get it twisted. Joe Tato is
Jotato is our brother.
he is our brother. So we can absolutely have these conversations with
Yep.
him because he is our brother. So if y'all see Joe Tato, give him one of those fist bump. You know what I'm saying?
Dap me up.
Dap him up. You know what I'm saying?
All the
But
way, all the way.
go yeah. But Sidelight, you if you want to go, you semi want
No,
to go down a
no,
rabbit hole.
bro. The only what I was gonna say was if you really wanted to capture
Hmm.
all the nuances of every single culture, look out for implantable devices.
Oh yeah, that's
It's
a rabbit
coming.
hole for yeah. That's
Yep.
it's on the way.
And
Yeah,
I
it's that's
And
definitely on the way.
I'm not
That's
prepared
definitely
for
on the
that
way.
rabbit hole, so we'll save that for another day.
Yeah, that's definitely on another
Um,
day.
but
Yeah,
awesome.
it's
So
definitely.
let's get away
message.
from the AI a little bit. Let's get away from the AI a little bit, and we'll wrap up
Yeah.
today with the TwitchCon recap. So you guys went to TwitchCon. You saw a lot of great stuff. So tell us about it. What happened? What did we
Oh
learn?
man,
What should we be excited
Man,
about?
I,
dude,
man,
it's
so much. This TwitchCon was so
TwitchCon
good. Shout out to
was
DTS.
was the ultimate stepping stone, the leap forward for Futures First Gaming, Malcolmlocs, and SylightReel. And I separated those three, and a major shout out to DTS, and we'll get into that. But I separated those three because all three of those brands had an agenda going into TwitchCon. Obviously, Futures First Gaming, our company, we both represent FFG as the execs of FFG. Sidelight Real, the OG streamer, Malcolm Locks, we are the execs. When we step in the building as Futures First Gaming, we have objectives and goals for our company and our brand. I would say, to our point earlier, going to TwitchCon with an established presence and an established uh, asset, which is FFG Central, was a major boost and a major bargaining chip for
Yep,
our conversations with
yep,
brands
yep,
at TwitchCon.
yep,
So, when we approached an Elgato, when we approached a Logitech, when we approached Shure or some of the brands that were there and basically said, wouldn't you like to have your brand in this space? Wouldn't you like to partner with us? How do we get to the bag? Who do we contact? Whatever.
Mm,
They were giving up the information. They were telling us, come back tomorrow because our director of
yep,
partnerships is going to
yep,
be here in
yep.
this booth. That
Mm-hmm.
wasn't happening before.
No.
When we were walking around the venue, as Futures First Gaming, people were like, "Yo, FFG," the
mm-hmm.
people we knew us and were looking for us to be there. That didn't happen before because
Yep.
it was our first time.
And we wasn't
Um,
there yet. We weren't there yet.
and I'll let Malcolm speak to the Malcolm Locks brand, but as Skylight Real, the content creator brand and the streamer, the OG streamer, man, like my posts and my content, thanks to our connecting with DTS, which is Dreams to Stream, and our guys at DTS. Shout out to Black Hoodie, shout out to the great Moog,
The
and
great
shout out to
move.
Simba Reigns,
Simba Rain.
and Song of the Sid, and um, and a bunch of others that are part of the Dreams to Stream collective. We actually went to TwitchCon together, stayed in the house together, got tons of content, which is popping
Freaking
out.
blast.
But uh, Black Hoodie's daughter is none other than Cinna, the streamer on TwitchCon, who is just taking over. And so we were able to get connected to personalities like Agent, Cinna, Emaru
XQC.
was who else? You saw
XQC.
XQC, and
Mm-hmm.
who else did you get to? Reggie was there, and
Oh,
some
my
of the
man JB
Yana,
Smooth from the
JB
Noob
Smooth.
Squad.
Yeah, Yana was Yana. So like all of these content creators that are now gaining popularity and traction on all these platforms, we were literally elbow to elbow with them. We were literally chopping it up, laughing, busting content, meeting and greeting, hanging out. Like we literally played security for Cinna for like half of the day on Saturday, and the motion was stupid, right? She
Crazy.
walking around the entire conference, and it's just a
Oh,
mob of
mob.
people, and we're right there. So like you start seeing the content come out, like the visibility and the interactions of and the personalities of us are going to start being seen on a much greater scale. Like I said, I've already started to get more followers on Twitch and on TikTok in the last 2 weeks than I've had probably in a while. Now I've had a decent glow up on TikTok, but Twitch is hard as hell to grow on.
Hmm.
So it was a beautiful thing. My story from TwitchCon, however, was so as you know, me and Radar, right? We play Roblox, and when he comes on my stream, so Radar is my 8-year-old son. His name is Radar X5. He's got his own YouTube channel. Please go give him a follow. But we play games together, father and son gaming, and we play a lot of Roblox. And it is sometimes the bane of my existence, but I love it. I love the time. And, he's always like, Dad, you're trash, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, long story short, um, at TwitchCon, they had these dope uh, Link gold chains that had a Roblox emblem on them. And day one, I saw a bunch of people with them. I was like, yo, I need to get one of those for Radar.
Hmm.
So I was trying to figure out where they were. They weren't in the exhibit hall. I couldn't get any information. On day two, I went up. Somebody had like three of them. I said, "Yo, where did you get that chain?" He was like, "Yo, there's a Roblox activation upstairs in room 2828." And everybody that was with us, they knew that I was on the lookout for this, because I told them, hey, if you guys see a room or a place where these are, please let me know or grab one for me. So we're all like kind of being on the lookout. So we found out where they were, and I told the crew, and I said, yo, we got to go to 2828. 2828 was like all the way over
Yo,
there
it's a,
in the
Yep.
yo,
exhibit
San
hall.
Diego
It
Convention
was
Center
the
is a
hike,
hike.
bro.
Hike.
I was like, God.
Damn.
So
God
we all gathered. We went upstairs. We walked all the way across the hall to 2828. We get to 2828, and I look in and I don't see nothing Roblox related, right? So I said, hey, is this
That
where
was
you
the
get the
sea. It was
Roblox
the Sea of
chains?
Thieves. It was the
Hmm.
Sea of Thieves meetup, I think.
Yeah, she was, I was like, is this where you get the Roblox chains? She was like, no, they just finished their event. Now they're having a Sea of Thieves meetup. So I'm like instantly dejected. But I said, all right, well, at least let's go see what the Sea of Thieves joint is about, right? Maybe we can get some fun swag or whatever. So we all go in there and we're looking around, and yeah, it's just Sea of Thieves and Sea of Thieves. And and there were a couple little pockets where they were doing some giveaways, and there were some tables, and then there was a check-in table. And I was like, hey, are you, it weren't was were they giving out Roblox chains here or something? And the lady was like, they were, but they're done, but they'll be back tomorrow. Well, tomorrow was Sunday, and I was flying out at 6 a.m. So I told Malcolm, he was staying an extra day. I said, yo, Mal, can you come back here tomorrow, please, and give me a Roblox chain for Radar? And he was like, yep, I got you. So I'm chilling. I'm chilling. At the tables, they gave us these little goodie bags, these Sea of Thieves sacks, right? And in the sacks, they had some giveaways and stuff, and they had Skittles. They had these little boxes of Skittles. So I open a box of Skittles. I'm giving everybody some Skittles. I get down to the bottom of the box. I dumped out the last bit, put it in. I said, all right, I'm gonna go throw this away. I walk over to the trash can. I look down in the trash can, and lo and behold, look what I found in the trash can, bro.
Wow.
The Roblox chain, bro. Like I was so I said I screamed. I was like, yeah. Oh, hold on, let me one of my links. But I was like, yeah. And everybody looked over and was like, what? And I pulled out this Roblox joy, and the whole joy erupted. They was like, yeah, yo. But we didn't record it.
Nah, we ain't recording.
Oh.
I was like, dang, we should have recorded that.
We didn't we was
We
capturing
didn't know.
content the
Yeah,
whole
Yep.
time.
yeah, we didn't.
And
We
that was
just,
the one moment we didn't
yeah,
record.
we just
But
missed it.
that's one of the ones that will forever live on. So I came back and brought this back for my son, and he was excited.
I
So
love that.
that's one of my memorable stories from TwitchCon 25. We have a ton, which if you start checking us out and go on and follow me, Silent at SylightReel on TikTok, Twitch, YouTube, you'll see the recap. We had hella stories, but that was from a heartfelt standpoint and just a memorable standpoint. That was mine.
That's
So.
awesome.
Yeah, that was good. Shout out to Radar X5. I know he was hyped when he got that joint. Huff. So Sidelight, he told you from the FFG perspective, and that was literally it. Sidelight and I, we talked a couple weeks prior to. We kind of map out when we go to a conference or whatever. We kind of map out like, hey, you do this, we do this, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that was definitely what we did, and I really feel. I felt like we absolutely accomplished that goal 100%. You know, so that's that. So Sidelight Rule, he explained that. From the Malcolmlocs perspective, my TwitchCon opened my eyes to what content can do. Twitch is built off Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. All these platforms are built off of content. And because of where in myself and Sidelight Real where we sit, I'm like, we can absolutely be on that same level. Like we had an opportunity to talk to Agent. Like Agent is with AMP, right? So like that whole squad, every single one of them, huge, right? We met multiple people from the FaZe clan, all of huge. I mean, huge following. Senna, huge following. XQC, he is, if I'm not mistaken, he still has equity in Kick, right? Like millions and millions of followers. I met JB Smooth from the Nuke Squad. I didn't get a chance to meet Swag. Swag's one of my favorite streamers, but I didn't, I just walked up to him and busted up with him. Shaquille O'Neal's son was there. I had an opportunity to talk to him about, what Reebok is trying to do in the future. And he gave me his phone number and his email because I showed him what FFG Central. And he was like, yo, it's so dope.
Mm-hmm.
Not even just that. Being able to do charity streams, I think we don't talk about charity streams enough. And shout out to SylightReel and Jotato, you were a part of that. You know what we had the ability to do, and SylightReel really took the helm with that with the MS Society. Now that's about to go bigger with what's about to happen on the national perspective and the things that SylightReel is doing with the MLC. Did I get it right? Yeah, the things that SylightReel is doing with the MLC. So I had the opportunity to connect with the American Heart Association because I'm working on a project on the side with a brand called Lifestyle Matters, where you talk about heart health. And for context, heart health with Black men is something debilitating. Like it's affecting Black men across the board. So I'm passionate about that. It was a couple other charities that were raising money to purchase gaming consoles for kids who were terminally ill in hospitals. So one of our guys who used to work at Wilmington University, shout out to Scott Shaw, he's over at Nemours Children's Hospitals right now. He's doing exactly that. So for me, I was like, yo, like we gotta. I absolutely want to do more charity streams. But just from a understanding how for Malcolmlocs, right? Just understanding how, man, this content is really life changing, man, and my perspective has really been growing these past couple of years. Shout out to SylightReel, giving me a lot of great advice. Even though that's my brother, he's still my mentor, right? And a couple of other folks who just been really pouring into me and giving me a lot of good, like, man, advice, right? We have a good time, we play around, but SylightReel, he then been through a lot in his years, right? And he pours a lot of that into me. And so as these folks are pouring into me and I'm starting to grow my perspective of just life in general, being a father and being a son and trying to do all the things, I'm just seeing how content has just changed the lives of so many. And I want that to be me. It's already didn't change my life to a certain degree. And I know that we can do so much more, have so much more influence, have so much more impact, and do so much more when it comes to this whole content thing. So for me, just being around these folks. I mean, like Agent has millions of followers. Senna has like 1 million followers. XQC has tens of millions of followers, which is crazy. And I'm just like, man, I want to give a little bit more context before I end this. I just took a whole political I just did a whole like a political class these last 6 weeks, and a lot of folks, when we talk about getting younger people more politically engaged, because we know what's happening with the world right now. I don't have to, really go into it. If we have more young folks with that level of influence, more politically engaged, that has millions of followers, that are really out here trying to do the right thing for the folks who might not necessarily have that voice, we could literally start a fucking firestorm of change, right? So I just want to be in the midst of that firestorm of change, that firestorm of, influence and impact. And I really feel like for me, TwitchCon opened my eyes to what I can do from a content perspective. So, not to mention, I have fun with my guys. Like me, every time me and SylightReel we go to a conference, it's always there has never not been a moment where we didn't have a great time. Matter of fact, you know what? Ever since me and Sylight have been doing Futures First Gaming, I don't even think we argued. I don't even think we argued not one time. Like, he might get mad at me, and I'm sure that he does, but it's never been one of those things because it's been so much fun. We're always so understanding. So every conference that me and SylightReel we've been to, we always had a fucking blast, bro. TwitchCon, EBS, all types of speaking engagements that we had done, we done had a fucking blast. And then, adding DTS, shout out to Hoodie, the Great Moog and Simba Reigns, like that just added more onto, what it is that we're doing. And then shout out to Center too, because you would think like all these streamers that have all these large followings, you think they might be bougie or, standoffish.
Family, bro.
Man, yo, they was like, yo, what up? They was like, and that actually kind of surprised me because, when you get to statuses where you're like, you at a top tier level and you got that level of influence, like you kind of get a little standoffish,
Yep.
And Senna, dope. I mean, she gave us shout outs. You know what I'm saying? We was walking through the block. Yo, the one highlight from TwitchCon and Senna, I mean, not Senna, but Hoodie, Moog, and Simba, they could all speak to it. The whole time, me and Sylight was going back and forth on Clash Royale. We was going, yo, bro. It would be, yo, we was at the block party, right? All types of stuff is going on around us. I mean, people partying, raving, all of the things. You turn around and look at me inside that room. We sit looking at our phones, going,
Yeah, we was on the block.
We were
in
going
the middle
hard
of
in the
San
paint,
Diego,
bro.
right in the gas lamp on a street power sign, bent over playing Clash Royale. We got
Going
people
hard in
coming
the
up
paint,
to us
bro.
looking like, what are they doing?
What are they doing?
That's
Yeah.
wild.
TwitchCon, but TwitchCon, man, just really opened up my perspective. Me, like I said, SylightReel and I, man, our experience in this particular industry is top tier, man. So, we have done a lot of work and we still got a lot of work to do. So, from a content perspective, it's just trying to take it up. And that's what TwitchCon was really for me. Like, let's take it up another notch because we know we can do it. So look what we're doing now, so we can take this shit up to another level. So I'm ready to take it to another level.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yep. And, I went to TwitchCon 2 or 3 years ago, and my trip was drastically different from yours. One, I didn't have a group that I was meeting up with. I also didn't have a business plan. I was going up to meet all the people I'd met on stream that were from all over the world and all over the country, right? And I got to meet a ton of great people, and it was a blast. We had a great time. But I wanted to go back to what you guys said at the beginning, where this year, FFG Central played a big role in having those conversations. And I think having that established, not even the established space, but the established idea, the concept is there. It's not on paper anymore. It's you can touch it. It's real. Makes a huge difference. I won't shout out the event specifically because I love this event here in Atlanta, so I'm not going to throw them under the bus here, but I went to an event here in Atlanta that was, gaming, esports, content creation focused, and I had a similar experience to your first experience at TwitchCon, where I'm having a conversation with a gentleman, and me at Gamers We Care, shout out Gamers We Care, Mizzy and Trusted Beard and all of our ambassadors, content creators that we worked with. We wanted to expand. We wanted to do more charity events. We wanted to get involved with more people, not only globally, but on the ground in some of our local pockets. And so I was having these conversations, and a guy literally said to me during our conversation, he was like, man, I hope my partner is speaking to someone with more influence than I am right now. And I was like, damn, it's one thing to have an idea, right? Have this concept that you've proven it to an extent, but there's nothing tangible that you can give to somebody that makes such a big difference in those conversations. So shout out to you guys for getting that built, getting that out there, and really grinding through those hard years to make it to this point and be able to have those conversations.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. That's the type of thing that'll put a battery in people's back, add some fuel to the fire, and I know it does, and it did with you because I know you're that type of person. But by the same token, that's the wrong fucking partner to want to even think
Exactly.
about
Word.
considering being
Exactly.
tied with. You know what I mean? Like if somebody can't see the vision that you have at that moment, at least they should have enough human decency to say, I wish you the best. And when you get where you need to be, man, here's my card. Give me a call.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like those are the types of businesses and people that, we seek out. And for somebody like that, man, I wonder what they're up to these days. They probably living a miserable life anyway. So, what I mean? F them up against the wall with handcuffs on and crazy glue on their lips. That's what I said.
God,
Wild.
damn, Jesus, I'm
Awesome.
with that though. God darn,
That's
yo,
wild.
that's crazy.
So before we get off the TwitchCon topic,
Bernie Mac.
don't do it to him. Don't do it to him, Si. Just gonna turn the other cheek and let that one go. So I do want to see if you guys did you guys get to go to any of the keynotes while you were there at TwitchCon?
That's my only thing about TwitchCon. The sessions be like, hold on, okay. So the sessions are good. However, because SylightReel and I are so knowledgeable, for us, they weren't good, right? Because what they were saying is like, okay, we know this. All right, we know to do that. Okay, we've connected with this person. Okay, we know to do this and that. Da, 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 da. However, for the novice who are not named Malcolmlocs and SylightReel, it's good, right? So I'll give it to you like that.
Here's what I would say: the biggest sort of keynotes or slash events that we even attended, they were gimmicky anyway, bro. Right? Like so. As an example, on the second day, there was a showcase that happened in the afternoon. And literally it was like Nickelodeon meets Jeopardy, right? Like, and it's just like, what's the point of this? Somebody had an idea to create a game show, and it wasn't like a massive education session. It was literally cornball entertainment. Shout out to the people that were in there. I know it's part of their contract, right? They have to do it. Nothing against them. But if I'm paying, however many $100 to come to this event, right? if I'm not necessarily in a position to take advantage of the brand and the exhibit hall, and I'm going to the education sessions, right? These education sessions need to give me top
Something,
nuggets that I
Mm-hmm.
can
yo,
take and apply
super top nugget.
immediately. And
Yep.
unfortunately, it's not there. A lot of the submissions we don't get access to. I actually submitted a session, right? I submitted a session for consideration on behalf of FFG, which was called, something along the lines of from content creator to change agent, right? Like how
Mm-hmm.
we started and now and it was like detailing all of the steps that we talked about to get to the point of where you can now have the influence to create a whole new slew of potential content creators that are then going to go to Twitch, monetize for Twitch and blah blah blah. And something like that was like, yeah, there's a lot of competition. But then you go and you see some of the bull that is accepted, and it's just like,
Mm-hmm.
really, really. So, you know,
Awesome. So
it has its pros and cons.
it
So,
does, and I don't know. Like I said, I didn't go this year, and I didn't get to the keynote when I went the last year. But typically, there's some Twitch updates that are announced by the CEO at some point. And a couple that I had written down here, I wasn't sure if you guys had seen any of these. Was the new AI powered automation that they're trying to put in auto clips. So that it will react to your chat and clip moments happening in your stream.
They too late. They too late to
They're
the
too late.
party.
They're late on that
Yeah, they
because
too
we,
late
we
to the
already saw
party.
there's other tools. But
Yeah,
also the clip that feature is something they're implementing supposedly.
too late to the
Too
party.
late to the party.
saw
But
that.
one
Yep.
thing I saw that I think is good, and again they may be a little late on this, but expansion of their sponsorship tab. So opening that up to more creators to allow them to monetize their streams. Did you guys get to see or hear anything about that?
So I so
So,
I
yeah, go
sat
ahead.
I sat in one of the panels where it was a creator talking about that. However, if the brand really wants to talk to you, they'll reach out to you without like having to go through that middleman.
Mm-hmm.
Like I shout out to Twitch for trying to expand that and give the smaller creators you know
They're trying to find untapped gems. That's
Mm-hmm.
really what it is.
they're really trying to
And
find
again,
untapped gems. Yep.
I'm not trying to knock their hustle, but we got Streamlabs. Streamlabs been doing this for 3 years now.
Mm-hmm.
Streamlabs has sponsorship,
Yep.
plugins and portals that all you got to do is activate. And I get 3 or 4 emails a week from
Mm-hmm.
Streamlabs. Hey, this new game is about to drop. Would you
Yep.
like to
It's
debut it and it be get paid? So it's like
And
they're
and
late
if
to
you're
the
really
party.
good,
They're late to the party.
going back to the whole branding and marketing and content
mm-hmm.
creation and clip farming, right? If you're really good and they're gonna notice you, man, you could just reach out to them on Instagram. Like you don't have to. Like we live in a world where you could cut the middleman out. Like if you
Right.
use a middleman, cool, but you could cut it out. Like you could go straight to that brand. You could go straight to that creator. You could go straight to that influencer. You could go straight to that business. And if you're good enough, they'll respond to you, and you can make something happen. Like I don't know.
Absolutely.
As much as I loved, I absolutely love Twitch. Don't get it twisted. However, the two things that have always made me feel a way about Twitch is that it's so hard to grow, and then also being able to you can monetize. However, it's difficult
Mm-hmm.
at times to really be in a position where you really want to monetize, you want to get that brand deal, whatever. Like their algorithm just doesn't support the small creator, and I'm glad that they are trying to do that. However, they got a lot of work to do
Yep.
in that particular area. So
Yep.
Awesome. Well, that does it for us today, guys. So again, everybody watching today, in recap, be responsible with your AI. Don't go crazy.
yeah,
Learn how to use it. New games coming out this year. Arc Raiders. SylightReel is going to be on that, so make sure you find him. Malcolmlocs on Spellcasters. You're going to find him on that when that comes out. So make sure you keep an eye on those. And let us know in the comments, what games are you excited for coming out this year or into next year? I'm really excited to see what the Game Awards bring us. Maybe we'll talk about that in a future episode. So keep an eye on that. Stay tuned for that. And remember, if you're a content creator, like these guys said, you're a brand. This is entrepreneurship. figure out your brand, learn what you want, and get it out there to the people so those people can find it. If you want to try streaming, go live. It's 2 buttons.
Just press play.
Press play.
Press play.
Just press play.
That's
Literally.
it.
Literally.
Oh man, Gaming Gospel is off the ground. I'm so excited,
Finally.
man. Jotato,
Finally.
man, thank you so much.
Thank you,
bro,
Jotato.
for taking the reins and getting us whipped into shape, so to speak, so that we could bring this information to the people. I'm really excited about what's to come. Make sure you like, subscribe, all the things. Make sure you follow me at SylightReel on all channels. Follow at Malcolmlocs on all channels. Follow Jotatochips on Twitch, and I think your Instagram's a little different. What's
Yep.
your
I
yeah,
need
you'll
to
throw up
update
all
it
the
again.
socials.
I'll get them all in
yeah.
there. I'll get the links in the descriptions below for everybody. But make
Yep.
sure follow these guys, and we've got the FFG socials here on the screen for you. Follow Futures First Gaming everywhere as well. And until next time, that has been your Gaming Gospel.
Oh wait, we gotta close it out the way that how we close it out, man.
How we close
So
it
go
out.
go ahead, kick it off, Starlight.
Yes, sir. It's your boy SylightReel, the OG streamer.
And it's your boy Malcolmlocs everywhere. Y'all know the freaking vibes, and we are
The Execs. And this has been Gaming Gospel, y'all. We'll see you on the next one.
Peace.